basically what I'm wanting to know is if you guys have a recipe that works really great and really does a great job when there is a ton of mosquitoes. I'm talking mosquitoes like that big with hundreds of them swarming around you, and it actually keeps the mosquitoes off. I'd like to know your recipe.
It was a lovely, lovely night last night. It was cool and calm, and it was just the best sleeping ever. Hey, Ollie. I think he's telling us that he wants to be fed. Now we're getting the camp cleaned up and packed up. Another fun camp out done and over. Hey, Neville. How are you doing? Huh? There's Nadine right over there. I just realized I forgot to give you guys an update on Neville and Nadine. Unfortunately, Nadine quit laying on her eggs, so they won't be hatching any out, at least for right now. I'm doubtful that any of them were actually ever fertile. I'm considering putting either Ned or Nate down here with Neville and Nadine, and then because I know that they would probably be able to breed Nadine, and then we could get some eggs and hatch them out that way. So, but I probably won't do that right now at the moment because we got way too many things going on. We got the fair coming up, and the garden's coming on, and then with a mama hen that unexpectedly hatched all those chicks, I think we actually have enough chickens for right now. But one of these days, maybe next year, next spring, or something like that, we will try to hatch out some Egyptian Fayomis. I really do wish that we could hatch out some of Neville's, though, because that would be special. Does Neville need a little treat? There, Neville. There you go. Ow! Easy there, Neville. Can't remember if I told you this or not, so if I did, I'm telling you again. But we're rotating the goats, and we have them way out there in that one pasture, and then we move a little bit over here to this pasture, so he's got the whole entire area to run. We got the stickers mowed off, and our pasture's looking really good now. We just need to mow his pasture because it's full of stickers. I was really concerned. I'm so glad to see him because last night we shot off fireworks, and then this morning I came out here to feed him, and I couldn't find him anywhere. I hollered for him. He didn't come. That's highly unusual. I thought he might have freaked out and got out and ran somewhere or something, and we lost him. But he ended up being over there in the corner hanging with the girls over there. I think some of them might be in heat, and so that's where he was at. So glad to find him. He's heading back out to see the girls. Definitely need to work hard on keeping them separated because I don't want them bred quite yet. Hey, Ollie, Ollie! Yes, Ollie, I'm delivering your breakfast. I am. Come here, Ollie. Yes, I got your breakfast right here. Since we've had all the rain, our pasture is probably good enough. We don't really need to feed him anything extra, but as you can see, it's kind of his routine. And so I just feed him a little bit every day just to give him a little breakfast, because otherwise I'll be hearing about it all day if I don't. Give the goats a little mineral. We really could even not feed the goats because I think we have enough out here for them to graze too, but we usually just feed just a small amount every day. Miss Hen over there is still sitting on her eggs. So here in a few weeks, I'm expecting more to hatch. Probably right during the fairs when they'll hatch. So I'm sitting here thinking, we almost need a third chicken or turkey tractor. So, because once those hatch, we're going to need something to put them in. Of course, Mama Hen up there, her chicks might be old enough for her and them to go out into the coop maybe by the time these are ready to hatch. I don't know. We'll see. Always something to do. And ever since we fixed this area out here like this, he has been a little bit hard to get along with. It's more protective. I definitely don't like walking in his pen without a stick or something to protect myself. He hasn't ever really come at me yet, but he acts like he wants to. Oh, you're doing dishes.
Yes, I am.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much. We've had such a busy last several days that I'm just falling behind on everything, so it's nice to come in the house after doing chores and see the dishes almost done.
I saw the pile of dishes and I wanted to cry for you.
Oh, you're so sweet. And what's going on in here? You guys are getting the room makeover started, huh?
Yep. And my arm's hurting from taking all these records down.
Are you fixing the sandwich, Smiley? You use paper plates and plastic forks, okay? Because I want the dishes clean for at least an hour, okay? A whole hour. Don't use any of them, okay?
It's a beautiful evening out here tonight, so I thought I'd do a little bit of garden and greenhouse maintenance. I didn't get everything watered this morning like I should have, so I didn't get everything watered real quick. Getting a little behind on getting the cucumbers picked. I always hate it when I let them get to this size because they're almost a little too mature, but they're still pretty good. They're still crisp and good tasting. Well, I got more cucumbers than I was expecting. Now on to picking beans. The mosquitoes have just been awful here. Normally I usually try to avoid using sprays and chemicals to get rid of them. But this year, it's been a whole different story. You know, I went ahead and I bought some yard spray, and I've been using off and various sprays like that just because they are so thick that the few other things that I've tried has not worked. And so I'm curious what you guys use. I've done a lot of research online for different kinds of bug sprays, and I found a lot of recipes using essential oils and various things. But basically what I'm wanting to know is if you guys have a recipe that works really great and really does a great job when there is a ton of mosquitoes, and I'm talking mosquitoes like that big with hundreds of them swarming around you, and it actually keeps the mosquitoes off. I'd like to know your recipe. I found a lot of interesting recipes online, but I just didn't want to go and buy a bunch of different ingredients and spend a lot of money trying to make something that didn't exactly work very well. So I'm really curious if you have a good recipe, if you would mind sharing it with me. And I would also like something for the yard too. You know, like there was a spray, I think it was, they called Paul Harvey spray, or use mouthwash and beer and Epsom salt or something like that. I was going to do that, try it, but then I didn't. I just ended up buying a spray because we needed one really bad. If you do have a recipe, I will try it out and make a video about it and share it with everyone. Well, I am getting more beans than I expected. Oh my gosh, picking beans has become a huge challenge for me now. I think right back in there where that web is at is a huge wolf spider, and I cannot stand spiders. So, to pick those beans or not to pick those beans is the question. I might have to go get Miley or Michael to do it for me. Either that or those few beans that are back there, I could just leave them. That reminds me of a hilarious story. Well, the kids thought it was hilarious anyway. One afternoon, Brooke and I went shopping, and Miley and her cousin Keisha were here, and they were staying with my mom, and then they decided to go swimming, so they were out swimming for the afternoon. And so anyway, Brooke and I got home from town. Oh gosh. Anyway, Brooke and I got home from town, and we were unloading the groceries, bringing them in the house. Brooke screams, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, Mom, there's a huge spider on the desk." And I look over there, and there's like a ginormous wolf spider, like that big, sitting right smack in the middle of the desk. I'm like, oh my gosh, and neither one of us can kill spiders. In fact, Miley, luckily, doesn't mind killing them, so we usually get her or my mom. Brooke was like, "Oh my gosh, what do I do?" And I said, "Well, run over and get Grandma and see if she'll come over and kill it for us." And so she ran over to my mom's, and she goes in the house and tells her that we have a code brown. And see, at our house, a code brown, it means that there's like a big brown spider emergency. Or if we say code black, it means there's a big black spider. Okay, well, my mom hops up and she goes and gets the plunger because Brooke had said code brown, and my mom thought that it was because we had a clogged toilet. And so anyway, Brooke was like, "No, there's a great big huge spider," and my mom was laughing and everything. So anyway, my mom got the kids and they all came over, and in the meantime, I was over in the house and I was trying to get a picture of it, and so I was standing there with my phone, and I was trying not to get too close, and I had my arms stretched out as far as possible, and I couldn't hold the phone steady because I was so nervous, so I was moving it up and down, trying to get it to focus and take a picture. Every time I moved the phone, I would jump because I thought the spider moved. And anyway, they came in the house, and the kids were just laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing. And then they told us that they found that spider in the bottom of the pool, and it was drowned, and they got it out, and they put it on the desk just to see what we would do. And boy, did they find out what we would do. And so anyway, they thought that was the most hysterical thing ever. And so now, before the summer's out, Brooke and I are going to have to figure out something to pay them back. So, anyway. It's like Brooke always says, there's never a dull moment around here. Okay, so I got brave, and I reached back there, and I got the beans. I actually ended up finding more than I saw. So I guess that made it worth it.